So how much do we know about Atomy? So it's not a quiz. Let's just go a little bit more deeper information. Atomy, what do we do? Atomy, yes, we say Atomy is an online shopping mall, but we, as a business person, we have to understand what we're doing with this company. This company is now more $2 billion company. Every year they're making a double-digit growth. But what we're doing, we're not part of this company as an employee. We're not getting regular salary, or we're not getting set amounts of income from Atomy, while we are actually a distributor of Atomy. Yes, when I mentioned that, isn't it Atomy part of a network marketing company? Yes, Atomy is still part of network marketing company in terms of giving out the compensation. But in a big picture, I'll just say like Atomy is a distribution company. And I really love the fact that our Imperial Master Kwang Kim, when he mentioned that during our Success Academy, it was really clear for us to understand. If somebody asks you what you are doing, how can you answer in a second? I'm a distributor of Atomy. So he said that's how he introduced. Oh, to me was a perfect way of introducing, because many people hesitate. Oh, should I say it's a network marketing company? Oh, should I say this is a global online shopping? So what do you need to do? You need to distribute this product available in Atomy Canada or Atomy global website to many people as possible. That's a clear definition. In part of that, we need to, attend the meeting to learn how to make this business grow, like mastership, all that got involved. In a big picture, what do? We are a distributor. And that's why he even added, we need to become an expert of a distributor. I agree on that one. Right? We don't have to be the expert on the presentation. We don't have to be expert on making something, but we need to be expert on distributing, which means we need to nonstop sharing our Atomy products. So we're not selling a certain service. We're not selling certain ideas. What we're doing, we are distributing Atomy products. So we are talking about the product. Without the product, Atomy doesn't exist. Without the product, we cannot continuously talking about the $50,000. Right? Everything is based on the product. Question, where are we getting our product from? So I think once you have this clear understanding of this diagram or this image, doesn't matter how many people ask you a question, or asking weird question or like certain questions, you'll be able to answer them. Right? Where are we getting our products from? Atomy is a distribution company, which means Atomy is not behind the curtain of making a product. Because many people think that, because that is a story of many other network marketing. Many other network marketing that, I mean, there are tons, like we cannot only say like 100. There are thousands of network marketing companies. And from what I read on the news article, like even every day, there are new network marketing companies are, created. Because people know that network marketing is a, new way of doing business. So it's not the network marketing where how people think before, oh, network marketing is a scam, oh, network marketing is a pyramid. If people still think it that way, which means they haven't really read a news article, they haven't really seen how this world is changing, how this economic world is changing. So compared to other MLM company, what we are different, Atomy doesn't get involved in terms of creating a product. Then question, then where is Atomy getting our product, and why we say Atomy product is amazing? Always remember this two parts, right? Carry stands for, Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute. And question, how many of you actually went to the website? Oh, I see the hands up. Oh, amazing. So if you really own this business, you want to know everything about this business. So if people asking any types of question, you'll be able to really answer. When you can answer, which means you feel proud and you feel confident to share. And when you do that, more people willing to join, or more people willing to give it a try, or more willing to do business with you. CARI, Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute, but just visit the website. I'm not asking you to, go to the website and read all the article. You don't need to, but basically just go to the website. You know how the website looks like. And there is a, small article about like what this CARI all about. Just reading that, you wouldn't take like more than 5 minutes. So quickly just go to their website. You will know, oh, that's CARI. That's personally, that's where I saw the vision of Atomy. That's where I decided to do Atomy, by reading What is a Carry? Oh, Atomy is getting product from Carry. I can trust their quality, no doubt, because the Carry is a government-funded institution, no doubt about the quality. So how people will see the vision of Atomy and how people believing on the product of Atomy is all different. But what we need to do is try to share the much information as possible. So for your researching a little bit more that what you're just listening in the meetings, you actually be able to convince other people to believe in Atomy like yourself. So Carrie and Colmar Korea joint venture. So you all heard Colmar BNH. So Colmar BNH is a new company, joint venture company. And some people ask me like SBT, because that's the name they used to call it before they changed it to Colmar BNH. So if you see some people talking about SBT, it's the same company. So Colmar BNH, and there are listing cost stock also. So there are public company. So this is a website. I was amazed, like when I visited like last year or even earlier this year, like it wasn't that fancy, but they really added like some of the animations inside. It was a very nice looking website. And once you go in, you can actually see like what types of research development they are doing these days. It's pretty interesting information. You'll be able to look at it. So Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute, it's a Korean government. So they're not creating, some people say, are they created for Atomy? No, they are created for Korean government. And the 50% of the Korean electricity, it's coming from here, Carry. So they're not existed for Atomy. Atomy, Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute, it was a totally different, right? So even before there was Atomy, there was Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute. So take your time, just visit the website. You will be amazed. Oh, they have this amazing technology to come up with all different things. So let me show you what are they doing. This is not only thing, they're just a part of it. Can you imagine that they used to have a hemohim in this form? I was surprised to see that. So they have a capsule form. So probably this is, when they first came up with hemohim in Carry, even before Colmar Korea got involved. So Carry is the one institution where they solely research developed hemohim for the scientists, not for the general public. So for the scientists, they made it. And when I first attended like several meetings at Atomy Center, this is the information I heard. They were selling this one at the store. The Carry, of course, Carry probably have a stores for the employees. So they're only selling it for the employees. And later they decided to sell it in the retail market, but before they're only selling it for the scientists who's working at Carry, right? One institution where they are making better types of rice, better types of beans, because what they do, they are doing all the research and development with the government funded. Government is funding for their, all the research and development, the money. So where the money is coming from, the people's tax. So of course they have a responsibility to come up with good food options for the Korean citizens. So that's what they're doing, and part of that was coming up with hemohim. And we don't talk about it anymore because now Atomy has gained its reputation, and we don't really, even without talking about this doctor or talking about the space food, people already know how amazing our hemohim is. People know the value of Atomy product. Before, not many people know about Atomy or hemohim. Atomy was a billion-dollar company. Of course, we need to find a way to make people understand Atomy. It is amazing. That's why we spend our time talking about this doctor. So yes, he's not alive anymore. He passed away, I think, a couple of years ago. So he's really behind of not just only our hemohim, he's also behind of our skincare set. Yes, Atomy now has a famous skincare set and absolute skincare set. But before that, Atomy, we used to have, that's the first product that I have tried. So 6 skincare sets. So he is behind of creating hemohim and the 6 skincare set. And why we say Atomy products are amazing, they have used amazing technology. We can relate a story to space food. But like I mentioned, Hemoim has been created by Carrie, and Carrie has a technology which they can make a space food. So this is actually a picture of the space food, because we know we haven't been to space and we haven't spoken to any of the astronauts, but they won't be able, they're not allowed to bring any normal food we're eating on this land. So they need to specialize, specially packed food. And there's only 3 countries actually can't make this space food. And when I attend the meetings, or like when we had our first seminars or second seminars at the hotel beginning of the Atomy years, we always ask, do you know how many countries can actually make a space food? We don't even talk about that anymore, because of name value of Atomy has grown tremendously. So before we say, we always ask, do you know how many countries actually can manufacture a space food? Anybody knows? So 3 countries. Oh yeah, I got the answer already. Yes. So 3 countries. So Korea, USA, and Russia. That's why we sometimes say not even Japan. So because Japan is well known for amazing technology. So Korea, USA, and Russia. And what I have heard, when you think about astronauts, what comes to your mind? NASA. So some people comparing NASA with the Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute, and he has been a 2-year consecutive the chief of Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute. Even the student or the scientists from NASA coming to Cary to learn special technology only available in Cary. And when we had a first astronaut in Korea, of course, for her, we need to create a space food. That's why this whole story coming together. So I heard they actually made a granola bar. So let's say, for example, there's a granola bar, they actually added the hemoim in there. So actually she was able to have an amazing journey with our hemoim too. Why he's so popular? Because he's not just a top scientist in Korea and he's behind the hemoim or skincare. The Oxford University in UK, every year they're coming up with a list of the scientists, the top scientists in the world, and he always picked one of the top 100 scientists in the world. So we need to sell his name at first, really gained the confidence from people to try the product. But have you heard his name, or have you heard any of the presenter these days actually talking about Dr. Byung Myung-woo? Because we don't need to. Because that much Atomy has gained its reputation, and Atomy's hemohim has made a lot of people's health got better. Okay, so let's go to Colma, Korea. Cary and Colma, Korea, we can't not stop talking about it because they're really kind of behind of, the creating majority of Atomy's product. And Colma, Korea, it's not started in Korea, actually started in USA. So some people still think that Colmar Korea is only exists in Korea. It's a global company. So this is a map. Colmar, it's also in Korea, USA, Japan, Canada, and Australia. So probably it was easy for Atomy to go to Australia because there's a Colmar factory already. Just by sharing an ingredient, this and that, it will be easier for them to come up with a product. And in Mexico, in Thailand too, except Hungary, right? The Hungary will open later. You see, China, Japan, Canada, USA, Mexico, Thailand, Australia. See, Atomy already opened its branches. So I'm sure there must be some relations to it too. So this is the website for Atomy and Colmar, Korea. So when you go to Colmar, Korea, you will also know what they specialize in, what they do. This is the interesting part. So Colmar, Korea. So this is actually a global map of the Colmar, where they do have their offices. But this one explains Colmar, Korea actually owns Colmar, Canada. Interesting. So they don't call it Colmar, Canada. They don't call it Colmar, Canada. CSR. I don't know what the CSR stands for. I think it happens around 2015. Let me try to search it for the news article on the website. So I think CSR located in near Barrie. So there is because I heard it from people too. There is one manufacturing company where they're coming up with the different types of skincare, cosmetics. So Colmar, Korea actually acquire. So we don't call it Colmar, Colmar, Canada anymore. We call it CSR. So see, four places which Atomy Korea acquires. And have you heard, like when you attend Atomy Tuesday business meeting and depend on the presenter, sometimes they say, oh, Coma Korea specialize in OEM, ODM. And of course, we don't really take the time of explaining what's OEM, ODM. So basically what it means, I mean, you can read it, because that's why I just kind of blown up. You can just read it out what it is. So, OEM, we're not going to see, let's say like if I purchase like this nail polish, I'm not going to see the Colmar as a manufacturer. I won't be seeing their names, but they will be the behind of creating this amazing product, right? Marketed in the name of the purchasing company. So they'll come up with a great product, but they still put the name of, Lancome or Shiseido. That's what they will do. So OEM stands for original equipment manufacturing, and ODM. So they specialize in both OEM and ODM. ODM stands for original development and design manufacturing. And interesting factor here, Coma Korea, the first in the Korea's cosmetic, I mean, not in the whole world, the Korea's cosmetic industry to introduce ODM business model. Amazing. Same thing. So they are really behind coming up with the ideas and all that, but they're still marketed on the purchasing company. So they're really behind the curtain of like most of the amazing like skincare product we know, which are selling on the retail market. If once you hear the OEM, ODM, this is what it stands for. Because you're probably hearing several times when you attend Atomy Intro Business Seminar. All those familiar names, right? American Pacific, actually they were doing amazing before Atomy. Atomy started its American Pacific. Actually, they are #1 cosmetic company in Korea. Look, I'm growing up knowing this name already because all the ladies that I know using skincare from American Pacific. They're even getting their product from Colmar. Watson, when I went to Philippines, I saw Watson. So their products getting from Watson too. The facial, some I think like not whole Canada, but some of the mall in Canada actually did have a face shop. And many ladies enjoying going to the face shop. And they also manufacture, they're getting their products from Colmar, Korea too. Oh, we love their hand cream before. Their hand cream is pretty expensive. And Seohasu, it's where they input, ginseng extracts. So remember, I used to buy $100 set for my mom. So this is a brand name, Amway, and then Johnson & Johnson, Sephora. So many of the, I think there are more names to it. So more names to it. So all those products are coming from the Colmar. Okay, then question, is it Atomy only getting product from Colmar B&H, the venture company of Colmar and Carey? No, because when you go to Atomy website, you will also see food options, and you will also see other, like, not Atomy Korea, not Atomy Canada, but when you go to Atomy Korea, you will see, food options. You will also see, underwear options. You will see that right. They also sell, belt, shoes. They have many other product options. Where are getting those from? They do Atomy hand on hand with other manufacturers. So this also explains a win-win-win situation. So Atomy wins for getting great product for a certain manufacturer, and those manufacturer hands on hand, right? Partnership with Atomy, they'll be able to win. Great example with Deotag. What's the Deotag? The manufacturer for our famous toothbrush. Before Atomy, they were, let's say, if they were only making like 10 million, like 1 million, like let's say 1 million a year, but introducing of Atomy, now they're exporting their toothbrushes to more than 20 global branches, and now they're making more than 100 million a year. So all those manufacturing companies, they wanted to distribute their products through Atomy because of the buying power. How many membership we have so far in Atomy? I think more than what has been indicated on our website. It's only 50, but I'm sure it's more than 50 million people. Like the number is increasing. If you are registering members these days, you will notice it. You register one member, and in a few seconds later, when you're registering another member, number has been increased so much because not only Atomy Canada, people in Atomy Canada registering members, there are many people around the world registering members at the same time. So that's the buying power of Atomy. So that's another factor. We'll be able to buy the product in a lower, affordable. I would not use the word cheap. We'll be able to buy the product in affordable price. So if somebody asks you, you say it's amazing quality. I mean, they actually use amazing ingredient. How companies still be able to distribute those products in an amazing price, affordable price? How? Buying power. Which MLM company have a buying power of like 50 million people around the globe? Yes, if 50 millions are just registered members, if just half of the members are active members, that's already 7 million too. So once one product launches and like 7 millions of people will buy it, who can beat that? For that, we actually always be able to provide a product in an affordable price. So because of that, we'll be able to really win the heart of many consumers around the world. So all those names, I heard like there are many companies. I'm sure the number has been increased because when I heard in 2016, 3,000 company has been lined up to distribute their product through Atomy. Because it's a jackpot already. For this McNulty, yes, our favorite coffee are manufactured by McNulty. Like Korean company, pure Korean company, they never thought about exporting their product globally, but by start distributing their product through Atomy, what happened? Now they are distributing their product globally. How many countries? Through Atomy, all those manufacturers also becoming a winners. And we as a consumer, just being a member of Atomy, will be able to enjoy this amazing product manufactured in Korea or any other countries in a member price, and we also get a PV for that. First, Atomy, we're getting product from Colma B&H. So like before, I usually say 80%, but let's say 60% of our products are coming from our flagship products. All the products that we are usually mainly using, like think about Hemohim or health supplement or skincare set, they are mostly coming from Colma B&H. And other products are coming from other distributors, other manufacturers. Then like our patch or our mask, where is it coming from? Yes, it is from other manufacturers from another country, but through GS strategy. So there are different sources of getting our products, global sourcing, global sales. I think Atomy Australia, they are distributing Manuka honey. I'm not sure how many of you actually heard Manuka honey. And when I search it, it was really pricey. Actually, I have purchased like a really small, like for my husband, like I purchased like very, like around this size, Manuka honey. You know how much was it? $50. I bought it from Ambrosia, and then just this much of honey, $50. And I was like, wow, honey is so expensive. So when I went to the website to research about the Manuka honey, it's very different from the honey that we are normally buying it from our local supermarkets. And the Manuka honey also used as a medicine too. So actually it can, it has been applied, it has been tested in a hospital in New Zealand too. Like how Hemohim is very effective. So, like a scientist or the doctors in New Zealand, they actually have tested this Manuka honey. They actually applied on the people's wound. They actually see the people's wounds getting better and healed faster. That Manuka honey, I don't know how much they're going to sell it in Australia. I'm just waiting to check the price. So as one of GS product from Australia, I think even people in Canada will be able to enjoy it. Amazing, great. So we as Atomy members, yes, now at this moment, not all the product from the many different countries are available, but soon when we go to Atomy Canada website, we'll be able to buy amazing things from I don't know what's a popular thing in Thailand. So if there's amazing thing in Thailand, probably Atomy will get those products and distribute through Atomy Canada or many other countries. And Atomy Philippines, they came up with the coconut sugar. So I haven't tried a coconut sugar. I'm sure it's going to be very healthy. So I can't wait to try that also. So what is the benefit of being an Atomy member? We'll be able to get those products conveniently. We don't have to really, I don't have to go like Ambrosia. I don't have to shop around. Just by being a member of Atomy. What is Atomy? Atomy, as a curator, they will pick the product for us. Only thing we need to do, consume it and share to many people who doesn't know Atomy. So Atomy has several ways of getting product and then distribute to many other consumers. Atomy has it's an official online shopping mall. But other than that, Atomy is really expanding. Atomy is not only working within the Atomy official website, they're trying to reach out to people where Atomy is not, really officially open, or they're trying to reach out to people who cannot really buy the goods available in Atomy Korea. So, imagine soon half of the consumers around the world will use Atomy. Because Atomy always trying to, I was very surprised that Atomy Korea actually introduced how other people from other regions will be able to purchase product from Atomy Korea website. Because when you go to Atomy Korea, sometimes I feel jealous for seeing a different number of products. I want to move to Korea. They have so many products. But now Atomy, by creating at Gmall, right? So this one's for like an Atomy global mall. So at Gmall, people at this moment, not whole country, but they made an announcement that more country has been added to their list. So people here in Canada, people members who doesn't really have a contact with me, but if they want to order Korean product, they can still go to at Gmall and go to Canada, and then they'll probably find the product they need. See, this one is red ginseng jelly, and this is different types of iodine. So any product that you've been looking to buy from at Gmall, you'll be able to. And what other option do we have? Yes, this one is not available in Canada. However, this is another direction that Atomy is taking. So one thing that amazed me with a CEO Hungry Park, because CEO Hungry Park, what he just said, I want all the consumers' money to be returned as a PV. During his lectures, wow, it would be amazing. Every money we spend, if we can get it as PV, because we know, since we heard compensation plan, many times PV equals money to all of us. PV equals the commission to us. So if CEO Hungry Park can make our money turn into PV, amazing. So this is a first example of that. Yes, at this moment, only members in Korea will be able to enjoy it. If you were attending every month with our Atomy Canada online seminar, you probably remember many of the leaders' lecture. Yes, pandemic happened and they were expecting their PV to be dropped down because, they cannot really have a regular meeting, or people might have a hard time buying the product because their salary has been reduced. But what they have noticed is their PV, it's not stay as the same. Their PV actually increased. And do you remember their explanation? Thanks to Ajamall. Since the pandemic, in Korea, not the whole city has been locked down, but people try not to go out. So they're trying to find a way to buy products, buy the dairy food or any types of food option, anything through online. You cannot really go out shop. So you're looking for other options to still enjoy shopping. Ajamall. So for our ID in Canada, we are not allowed to shop in Azamall, but I'm sure at Korea, we'll try to find a way to really expand option for many of us. So what CEO Hungry Park has mentioned, every money that we spend can be returned as a PV. Yes, you buy the refrigerator, you get PV. You buy the piano, you get PV. You buy the book, you get PV. And you're sending a certain gift to your parents, buy the beef. That's what I did. Right? Because, my mother-in-law lives in Korea. So, for her birthday, I want to buy, certain good beef, right? The Korean beef. So they wrapped it nicely. And only thing I just pay through Azamall and I got a PV. It wasn't a lot. I believe it was like a 2,600 PV, but still better than nothing. So I'll be able to get the PV. So all the leaders, if you do have a lot of older consumers, by understanding Atomy how it works, see, leaders mentioned they were expecting their PV to be dropped down, but they actually noticed it. Now, even during pandemic, we have 2 Imperial Masters. How did it happen? Atomy online platform, Atomy system, and many of the people in Korea, they are start using Azamall. And I can spend, I can spend 4 hours nonstop browsing the website. One night before I go to sleep, I was just checking, and I noticed that I started watching, looking at the website 12 a.m. and when I checked it again, it was 1 a.m. already. So I was enjoying what's available. And even just 1 hour, I wasn't able to check out everything. So when you really look at the vision of Atomy, how whole direction it's heading, it is amazing. So I think we should grasp everything all into us. So when people ask, oh, do you know Atomy? Like, can you share like a little bit about it? We'll be able to go all the direction and share the vision. And like starting from where it's getting its product and the whole direction. Who will not say yes to Atomy? Even just hearing this, all our money can turn as a PV. Even Atomy came up with a credit card. So it's not, yes, it's an Atomy credit card, but they partnership with one of the Korean bank. So when you buy Hemohim with a credit card, you get, I believe you get like 2% or 1% discounts. I don't have the credit card because I don't have a Korean citizen, but people live in Korea, they buy the credit, they get the credit card, and they get the points, and they will be able to get a certain discount to provide the product. Amazing. Okay, so it's not just a simple online shopping mall where we buy the product. It really provides a lot of opportunities. So when you go in deep with Atomy opportunity, you will know that why Atomy is very different from all the other network marketing, right? So let's dig more with Atomy. So from bottom to top, you're full confidence, like 100%, more than 100% confident with Atomy. So you won't get bitten by those rejections. You will end up feeling sorry for the people who say no to Atomy. I just want to share this slide as a last part for the presentation. I was just searching for my the presentation, the file, which I've got it from, like some leaders or sponsors. I believe this slide has been created like 2013, which means like even before I started Atomy. Can you identify some of the leaders here? So I started actually 2014, so which means this slide has been created, maybe 2013 or 14. So this is some of the slide which I got it from, some of the sponsors. Can you identify who she is? Atomy is a sexy lady, like Imperial Master 4. It's her. So how many years ago, right? So she was a real master. And so even from here, how many Imperial Masters, for them not giving up, continuously doing it? So here, she look younger here. Okay, so this is Imperial Master number 4, Yeonsu Kim. And remember, we also attended a special business meeting with her. She's amazing, very powerful. Oh, he has more hair here. So Imperial Master Song Yeon Kim, I think Imperial Master number 3, I believe, right? He was a shopper before. He was a driver before, and he's ID number 4. He's above Imperial Master number 1. So he was a role master too. And he's very popular. He's the one who suggested Atomy to adapt daily A-core, and his lectures amazing, very powerful. And he is the one who failed network marketing 17 years. 17 years he did network marketing. And what happened? He sold a house. He moved to smaller houses, smaller places. But now he's a top earner in Atomy. The interesting part, all the people, when they started it, they were bankrupt. Funny, isn't it? None of them really had money to really buy the skincare, all those products. So this is another vision for us. They all started Atomy when they didn't really have much. When we encounter people, I cannot really afford, we can change, we can, by sharing, our leaders' story, we can really convince them to, what? Opportunity is there. By changing your mindset that you can do it and feeling lucky that you spotted this amazing opportunity, why not?